In today's video, we're learning all about the portable belt sander, which will include covering some sanding techniques and some other helpful tips. Portable belt sanders are designed to remove material extremely fast, and often they're used to rough out wood first before switching over to a random orbital for finishing. Unlike the random orbital sanders that have round, flat sanding pads, portable belt sanders have sanding belts that revolve around two rollers driven by an electric motor. Portable belt sanders are classified by both the width and the length of their belt. So for example, the sander that I have here is a 3x21 belt sander, simply because the belt measures 3 inches wide by 21 inches long if you stretch it all the way out. There are many other sizes on the market today, like a 3x18, a 3x24, or a 4x24. How you choose the right sander depends on really what you're going to be doing with it. For example, if you work on a lot of big projects and you got to cover a lot of surface area, maybe going with a 4x24 might be a good choice. But if you're only working on smaller projects and you need something a little less bulky, then a 3x18 might be the better choice. Or if you're anything like me and you tend to do a little bit of everything, going with a 3x21 might be the choice for you. So let's change gears and talk about the mechanics behind the belt assembly so that you have a better understanding of how to replace the belt and how to adjust it. If I release the belt tension lever and remove the belt, you can see the two rollers I mentioned earlier. The back roller is the drive roller, which is attached to the motor, and the front roller acts both as a guide and a tracking adjustment, moving the roller to the right or to the left. Before I show you how to install and adjust the belt, let's talk real quick about the belt itself. There are two types of belts, directional belts and bidirectional belts. Directional belts are made with a seam that only allows the belt to operate in one direction. Bidirectional belts can be installed and used in any direction. It's very easy to know which belt you have by simply looking on the package, or if you don't have the original package, look on the inside of the belt itself, as it will be marked with an arrow. If you're installing a directional belt, line up the belt arrows with the arrow mark on the sander, and if it's a bidirectional, then you can install as you wish. Roughly line up the edge of the belt with the edge of the rollers and lock the tension lever down. Once this is done, plug the sander in and turn it upside down so you have a good view of the belt. Squeezing the trigger, get the belt turning and look to see which direction the belt is tracking. Is it tracking more to the left or more to the right? Using the adjustment screw, turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to bring the belt into alignment with the rollers. Once the belt can maintain its tracking for a few seconds, the belt sander is ready to use. Before we move on to sanding techniques, I do want to mention that with most portable belt sanders, the dust collection bags that come with them don't work that well. So I always encourage everyone to use some sort of a vac system. So if you have any questions about dust collection or air filtration, just leave me a comment below. Belt sanders are really powerful when it comes to removing material. So here are a few techniques to follow so you don't hurt yourself or your work. First, because of its power and the fact that the belt is always moving in the forward direction, the sander is trying to jump out of your hands. So be sure to have a firm grip with both hands. Number two, you never want to drop the sander quickly down on the material. It's best to let the back roller come down first and then the front. Then once you're on the material, keep the sander always moving. Because if you keep it in one place for too long or more weight on the front roller or the rear roller, the sander will gouge your workpiece. Lastly, sand in the direction of the grain, overlapping slightly with each pass. Just like with random orbital sanders, it's always good to work through the different levels of sandpaper. And if you need more information about that, go check out this video right here. But before we end the video, I want to leave you with two more helpful tips. The first one being about safety. Belt sanders love to eat their own cords, and they'll do it almost as fast as a saw blade would. In order to prevent that from happening, be sure to drape the cord in a location that's always out of the way. Sometimes I've looped the cord over my shoulder so that no matter how I move, the cord is always up and out of the way. The last tip is regarding maintenance. Some belts can get clogged more than others with sawdust, which reduces its ability to function properly. Therefore, in order to renew a belt that's full of sawdust, use an abrasive belt cleaner like this to clean the belt. And as you can see, it makes quick work of removing old sawdust and bringing new life back to the belt. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see everybody next Tuesday.